Hey y'all, it's Courtney, and I am one pissed off mama right now. It's freezing in my house. I look like hell. Don't come for me. I don't have any power right now, so I can't really do anything to my face. Not that I'm worried about that right now. So I got a little story time for you. About 8 o'clock this morning, I hear something brush up against the back of my house. And then the power went out immediately after. And we live in a valley in the middle of the woods. So I'm like, there's no way that was a branch. And if it was a branch, it wasn't big enough to take the power out. So I'm sitting here waiting for the power to come back on. I figure it was just a coincidence. And the power doesn't come back on. So I messaged my neighbor and I'm like, hey, do you have power? She says, no. Funny story. They are building a apartment complex at the back of her yard. At the back of her yard is the hill out of the valley. At the top of the hill is right where they're building the apartment complex. It levels off. And, okay, baby, hold on. Okay, sorry. The baby needs something to drink. So anyways, apparently they were working up there this morning, and some idiot that doesn't know how to use the equipment that they're supposed to have licenses, or training of some sort, I should say, to know how to work, was trying to drive forward and accidentally backed up instead because he hit the wrong thing, or I don't know how you drive them, so I don't know how he did it, but he meant to drive forward. He accidentally drove backwards and hit a huge tree, and said tree fell all the way across, down into the hollow, and down across our power lines. So, already mad, because should have not happened. Somebody trained should have been running that equipment. And I understand accidents can happen anywhere, anytime. And if it would have just been an accident, it would be different. But it's the fact that somebody was using the equipment that doesn't matter. Okay. That was the electric company coming up to ask us if we had electric back, which we do not. And they're wanting to know if we're gas and electric, which we are not. We are total electric, so even our heat runs on electric. So, anyways, yeah, so the problem being is that somebody that had no business running that equipment, was running the equipment. So, anyways, we call the electric company. Well, my neighbor calls the electric company because, of course, my phone is dead, the only one that has service on it. This one is just a Wi-Fi phone. That's my daughter's. And so, it's on. It's 100%, but I can't call anywhere on it because my Wi-Fi is not working if the power's not on. And I can't charge my phone with service on it if my power's not on. So, anyways, my neighbor calls the power company and they say, oh yeah, it'll be back on by noon. It is now 1:48, and they just now come to tell me that everybody else's power is back on, but that it's hard to tell when mine's going to be back on. Because whenever they took out the power lines, they also took out my pole that comes to just my house in the whole neighborhood. It only comes to my house and one house that was behind me, but it got demolished. So, it only comes to my house. So, I'm the only one with no electric left. And I understand, like I said, it's not their fault. It's not the electrician's fault. It's not the electric company's fault. It's that one idiot that had no business running a cat. So, they're telling me it's hard to tell how long it's going to be until I get power back. But not to leave, because they're going to try to find me a generator to at least plug my heaters in for my dogs and plug my refrigerator. And the kicker on that is, I just went grocery shopping last night. And my neighbor is bitching, but they get food stamps. I don't get food stamps. I don't get $400 worth of food stamps. Actually, they get like almost 600. And they said they didn't get theirs this month because, the whole government shutdown or whatever the heck. Which that sucks for them too, because they did have to spend money, but I'm sure that they've got a stockpile of food if they're getting $600 every month. My God. For 4 people. I just went and spent $250 at the grocery store last night. Now they're telling me it's hard to tell how long my power is going to be out. So I'm curious to, if my food all goes bad, somebody will pay for it. Promise. Because my kids aren't about to go hungry just because some jackass hit a pole. Well, hit a tree that hit a pole. So, I don't even have my phone right now. I had to take it over to, because my neighbor's power is back on, but mine's not. So I could at least take my phone over there and let them charge it for me. Because my husband doesn't even know what's going on right now. My phone died at like 10 o'clock. So he's had no idea for the last 4 hours what's been going on. So, and he's 2.5 hours away at work. So I'm sure he's having a wonderful time worrying about us because he is a stressor anyways. So I'm sure he's stressing big time right now. They told me, oh, well, you can go over to the neighbor's house instead if you get too cold. Because, everybody else has power back on. And I'm like, that's not the point. That's not the point. I don't want to go sit in my neighbor's house. I'm a recluse. I like my house. If I want to go anywhere, I want to go to a family member's house or someone that I actually like. Not that I dislike my neighbors because, I don't dislike them. But I'm not comfortable sitting over at their house for hours either.